Hello everyone. Hope you're doing well. Listen to that triumphant fanfare. It is nice. Hi everyone, I'm back. Trying to think if there's anything specifically that I would want to show you all. And I don't have easy access to the pictures, so I won't. But yeah, I'm back. My week away for work, I suppose is how I'll put it, was good. I'm very tired from it. Like it's Monday, and I still feel tired. What am I looking at? Right. It's Monday, and I still feel tired from Friday. So, but I did pause my adventuring right in front of a shrine because I figured then we could do a shrine right away, and that might be kind of interesting or nice for you all. You know, get right back into it. Looks like a battle. Oh no, it's a Simon Says one. All right, ready? Here we go. This one actually takes a little bit of brain power, I think, so I'll tell you about my adventures afterwards. I mainly just remember the shape of it. Ooh, a double one, huh? The other one that I did before only had it had 3 rounds, but no doubled shrooms. So Dandy Bad Hat. Oh, they're Taylor. Klaus. You know, somehow I didn't think that the guy who caused every single problem in Xenoblade would be turned into a, well, hat and running a clothing store. But yeah, so my work trip was good. As you can see, I made an amount of effort on a couple games. This one included, as far as just like doing random side stuff and everything. I've actually got all of our combat classes up to the next level. And I don't mean like level 41. I mean, I think we were adept in 3 of them. We are now, what is it, expert? So one after adept in all of our combat classes. So I did a bunch of very, very exciting quests, I guess. And by very exciting, I mean not very exciting at all. The one that we have from the Swollen Island that I will go turn in a little bit to fight 10 big spookies was a pain in the ass because there's only one big spooky. The redeeming quality of the quest, though, is the fact that that particular spooky is only like 2 rooms away from the staircase, and so you could run back and forth to spawn them. And thankfully, there were also some cave bats and feral bats, which were part of another quest. So I got a few of those things done, which is nice. But besides that, I worked on just whatever quests the combat classes needed in order to go up to expert level, because I figured I would do that. That'd be nice and simple and easy. Get me a couple points, you know, do the things. And so now I can do this. See, look, I can heal everyone, which is definitely definitely handy. Also, I believe that I might be best friends with Mustang and Monica, but we'll have to check that in a hot second. Because if so, then we'll swap them out for some new people. But yeah, so we're gonna advance the story today. I just wanted to tell you all about my work stuff and everything before we did that. So that's kind of why we're in Ginormasia, because I figure I'll get distracted really easily otherwise. But yeah, it was good though. I went to Iowa, and this is the same place that I went in March. I think it was in March anyway, for my previous work trip. This one was good though, because it wasn't just me and my boss. My boss and me? My boss and I? I think we're the targets of that sentence, so I think you can actually say me and my there. But anyway, grammar aside, yeah, so went, like, got three of the teams out of 5 that I managed together, and had a really, like, good on-site, but also, like, by the end of it, I was definitely wondering, how do event planners who do this stuff for their job, like, live? Like, how do they, like, keep up with just organizing and scheduling and getting people into the right rooms and, like, just staying on top of all that type of stuff without, like, completely losing their minds? That's what I'm curious about, because I did the majority of the planning for this. Thankfully, someone else handled talking to the staff in the office to get lunch catered 2 days, as well as calling ahead over to a bar that we went to for, like, a group outing and such. But just like you know, if you have a girlfriend or boyfriend and you're talking to them and you're like, oh, like, I'm kind of hungry, I want to go eat something, you craving anything? And, like, they're like, no, anything is fine. Like, you know, that kind of thing where you're just, like, dealing with that. Imagine dealing with that with, like, 12 people or more, right? And it's like, all right, well, what do you guys want to do? Like, it wasn't actually like that, but, like, I think we had like 7 or so people at one point going out to dinner, and it's like, all right, like, what restaurant do you want to go to? And it's the same thing. Like, it's like, are you feeling this type of cuisine? Is anyone not feeling this? Are they against this? If they are, do they have a different suggestion? And, like, that kind of thing is just so annoying. And it's like, man, it's so much easier when you're by yourself, because you can just be like, yeah, I'll go here, and then call it a day, as opposed to having to, like, deal with everything else. Like, one place that we were kind of interested in, we looked at the like the whatchamacallit, the reservation thing online, where you can, like, book a table with the open table or whatever it is, and they could only seat, like, you could only make a reservation for 4 people. And so we're looking at it like, well, we're 6. Could they do 4? And, like, looking at the pictures of the restaurant and just seeing, like, the rows of tables that are only big enough for 4 people. It's like, well, they could probably push it together. But also, I guess they just don't, maybe, because they don't even accept reservations of that many people. Like, would they be able to see us if we got there? Should we go somewhere else? Like, all that kind of thing. So, like I said, I don't get how event planners and those types of people, like, deal with all that, like, constantly, because it's so draining, I think, to manage that, like, social situation all the time with people. And like, the things that I planned went well. The things that I didn't spend as much time thinking about or planning probably could have maybe gone slightly better, I think. but overall, I think everything went pretty well, and people were really happy about it. So it was a lot of fun. It was really great seeing all the people who I've seen most of them in person, or I've seen half of them in person before. It was nice to meet some of the people who I hadn't before, and it was really nice to see, like, I had gotten some resistance from some people on going to this in the first place. They're like, do I have to go? Do I have to go the whole time? Like, I can't leave X alone for this long? Can I come for a day? Like, all that type of stuff and everything. And it's like just getting them to come and then like being able to talk to them and then them like admitting that it's like, yeah, no, this is actually like really good and I'm really glad I came out like good. Like, it was worth it. The hard part now though is taking all the stuff that we did and like all the ideas that were had and somehow actually converting those into a plan to execute on for the next like year or so. So I was thinking maybe I would get started on that today, but then I was like, no, we still got some stuff to finish. Like the thing that I was kind of stressed out about last week, or I think I mentioned it at least on stream, about having a big project that was due by the end of the week. We effectively got it mostly done. There was still some stuff left over, and I got approval from like my boss, like push it out this week instead, which is nice. But we would have been fine. Like if it hadn't been that kind of thing, then I think I probably would have just like pushed through and worked on it, and like heck, another 3 hours would work fine. Like basically we got everything done today in like 4 hours or so. So if it had been one of those things where like, no, like you really do have to get it done now, etc., then it could have been like a thing where I just like worked on it like into the night and then called it a day. It was done, you know? So thankfully it didn't happen that way, and instead it was very, very nice, I think, to work as a group in person on something all together. Like one of my team members was like, yeah, it kind of felt like a hackathon almost, like just everyone working on the same thing, getting it going, like calling out when you're done with the thing, and etc. It was a lot of fun. Snowflake bunny. So yeah, like I said, it was good. I think the hard part is still really to come, but like everyone really liked the presentation that I gave, so that was nice. And then the other presentations were also good. People were happy with them, I think, and people learned a lot, which was really, really good. There was even like an impromptu learning session by one of the people who's really good at what they do, like show people what their workflow was like and everything, and give like some really good insight into that. And so it was just a really good like shared experience, and like getting a bunch of people who kind of like work on similar things together to talk about the things they work on and figuring out like what to do next. So it was good. I'm happy with that, how it all turned out. And I'm glad that I was able to do it, though I am tired, like I mentioned. So like, there's only like an hour time difference in the time zone, but somehow that made it worse, because like when you're jet lagged, you're like, okay, I gotta like adjust my sleep and then I'll be fine, right? But when it's like only an hour off, instead of adjusting, you just kind of like roll with it. And I felt like Iowa's sun, like the days in Iowa felt a lot longer. Like the sun wasn't going down until like after 9, at least a couple of days, which is nuts. And so I'd like get back to the hotel and be like, oh man, what time is it? And it's like, man, I feel like it's barely even like 6 o'clock or something. And then it's like 9 o'clock and I'm like, oh, And then just, you know, act like staying up too late, basically. Like, I normally go to bed pretty late anyway, right? But basically going to bed an hour later each night. And so then my sleep schedule is all kind of screwed from that. And I still don't feel like I really recovered it. Like, I didn't get out of bed on Saturday morning till like 10:30 or something. Like, I feel like I woke up at like 10:30, which is crazy for me. Homemade cake. I wish I could get that. It's too bad I can't sell. Isn't Powerade... Is Powerade or Magic Cake? Ooh. Healing powder. Wait, sorry, what do you want? I'm confused. The reward is healing powder. They want 4 magic aids. I guess I could theoretically just buy 4 magic aids. That's a massive waste, though. And he only has 3 anyway. I can only afford 1. I wonder if that quest is specifically like you have to buy that item. If so, that's kind of be annoying, I think. Because ideally, I just want to craft it. Anyhow, so, like, basically stayed up too late every night, which isn't that unusual, but then just, like, waking up early as well. Or, like, waking up what feels like early according to the clock, but knowing that it's actually later than it is. Also screwed me up, I think, because it's like, oh, like I can just wake up later now, and so like I had to deal with that this morning. It's like, oh, crap. So, yeah, I'm so tired, and all the social activity and everything else, it literally felt like by the middle of Thursday afternoon. Like, it felt like someone was just stepping on my brain. Like someone had hit me in the head with a brick, and I was just like, oh, like just feeling dazed from everything. So, yeah, recovering from that, I guess, is what I'm doing now. And then to top it all off, of course, as per always usual, when it came to getting back to where I live, the flights are always delayed. Always. Every time. And it was no exception this time. And so I was just sitting in the Chicago airport, and then had my gate changed 3 times, and the flight get delayed by like 2 hours or so. Oh, you're moving. Hold on. Charge. No, that killed it. Wind Claymore. But yeah, so that just sucked. Basically, it just sucked. And on the bright side, I got to eat some tasty food. On the less bright side, half of it was really spicy. Like, and one by accident, where I got the butter pie pizza. So like from like Riggio's or something like that, where it's kind of like a deep dish, but essentially imagine if someone made pizza but used the natural pie crust. And that's what that one's like, which is good. It was tasty, but also it was a lot. And the guy asked me if I wanted red pepper flakes and Parmesan, and so I was like, yeah, sure. And so I went to spread the red peppers on, like, you know, do a dash of it across, and like the whole packet basically flew out onto it. And so I had a very spicy pizza. And so I was like walking through the airport with tears in my eyes. There's a lot of minutes in here. And then because I couldn't go through an airport without trying to find McDonald's or like some kind of fast food just because I don't get it enough. But I was being good, and I was like, I won't get a quarter pounder with cheese. I'll just get a regular cheeseburger. And I forgot how like supremely sad the like regular burger from McDonald's is. Like if you're not getting a quarter pounder with cheese or one of those types of things, it's just like, man, this is a pathetic burger. It's so sad. Cheap, but so sad. And then after my flight got delayed, I was like, okay, well, I guess I'll just go get another like thing of food or something since I'm here. Sure. It's like I can expense it. It's not a problem. Pandora's box. All right, hold on. This is a unique lad. Oh, I'm on a minor. Is anyone in need of taking that thing? This seems like a pretty rare enemy. I can't imagine this is going to be easy if they all aggro at once. Okay. Alright. He scratches his head. That's kind of fun. Alright, let's see here. And then let's get this one up. Hello on 303. Did I have a nice time away with work? Yes, I was just talking about that. I was getting distracted by Pandora's box over here, but I was just talking about how my sleep is messed up by it, and my flights got delayed getting back in by a couple hours, and so I filled the void of poor scheduling with Chinese food. Except it was like the Chinese place only had rice, orange chicken, and like Kung Pao spicy veggies left. And so for like the, get two like deal thing, I was like, okay, well, I guess I'm getting spicy Kung Pao and orange chicken. And I like, it was good, the veggies, but like I ate one veggie and it had like one of those hot peppers on it, or chilies or whatever it was. And yep, it was hot. And I was like, oh boy, crying now, and I don't have any napkins. And so I'm like walking over to the Starbucks close to the gate with tears in my eyes to go get napkins. To be like, oh god, I can't see. But it was good. The whole point of the work trip was getting a few of my teams together and like having them do a bunch of like group sessions with each other to figure out like what we're gonna do and how we can combine things and do better together, to give you some very vague ideas of what it is, because I don't like to give too much details about work-related things. But it worked really well. My boss and the person who's kind of in charge of the business side of things were very happy, it seems, with my presentation that I gave and how the whole thing went. And so it was nice, but I was saying this earlier, but I don't understand how people who do event planning for a living manage to deal with like the amount of stuff with that, like just whether it's scheduling, this like getting people to agree on things, like coordinating groups to go to place X at this time and all that stuff. Like it's just so much work, and it's so like exhausting as well. But it was good. I had fun. I always enjoy the fact that like I get to actually hang out with the people who I work with, which is nice. And like, rather than being like, okay, like here's our 30 minutes for our one-on-one, and when that 30 minutes is up, I gotta go because I gotta go to a meeting and that kind of thing. So we can't actually stick around and talk about this thing and like go deep or as deep as we want. Being able to like sit at a bar with someone and just like blabber about code for like an hour, wonderful. It's wonderful. So it's good. If there's anything that like, if there's anything I miss about working from home and that kind of thing, it's like that the actual like conversations with people without having like an agenda is nice. It's something I miss. I've been on some work away days. Well, yeah, I got that. It was interesting. Like one of my, am I going the right way? No, I'm going backwards. So like one of my reports was talking to me, and he was basically like, our old boss. He arranged like a number of on-sites for us, and so we would have on-sites, which are always great and fun. They typically had like a singular focus of like, what are we going to do for the next year, and like that was kind of the thing. And it was like get the team together and talk about it, which is good and fine, but it's not like as engaging as having 3 separate teams who have very different viewpoints on things to get together and talk and discuss stuff, because you get like such more interesting conversation and ideas flowing about how things could or should or potentially can work. And so anyway, one of my reports was like, man, like near the end of it, he's like, good job on throwing the on-site that our old boss always wanted. Which, like I hadn't really thought about it, but it's like, yeah, no, that's probably pretty accurate, I think, as far as like what my previous director kind of would try to do with a lot of the things that he would do. It's just like, yeah, like if you're gonna do a big production of something and like have presentations and like planned sessions for people to hang out with each other and talk about things and discuss like certain specific topics and decide on stuff, like you gotta put effort into that shit or it doesn't happen. You can't just kind of like put people in a room and be like, all right, hope for the best. So it was good. I had a lot of fun with stuff, and I got to eat a lot of really good food, which is also very important, like creme brulee French toast. That is that's very tasty. That was my breakfast on the last day. And I got to go to an arts festival. It was kind of like, is serendipity the right word? Serendipitous. It was sort of nice, like completely unplanned. There was also a there's a tower somewhere around. Completely unplanned, there was an arts festival going on Friday in the city where we were. And so for the people who were traveling back home on Friday, which was most of us except for one person, if your flight was later on in the afternoon, you actually got to go and like wander around and enjoy the art festival. And my flight was at 2, so I got to do that for a little bit, which is fun. It was nice. Got to look at like different art exhibits, some by like real artists, as it were, and others were like, this is the 2nd graders art exhibit, and this is the 5th graders, and like that kind of thing. And so that was kind of fun. Feels like we need to do them. Feels like we do yeah, I get that. I feel like all the previous on-sites that I've had with just the one team before, they've been good, and like we set out to do, like we figured out what we wanted to do, I think, and had a good time. But it was like it wasn't as innovative, I guess, as it can be when you get like more people together and kind of have like a theme to the thing, as opposed to just like, all right, we're hanging out and chatting and deciding what our roadmap is. And that's it. So I think it helps to actually have someone playing it too. Do you take your Switch and get anything done? You know, I did take my Switch, yes. I did not advance any story elements, but I did do a fair amount of random crafting, grinding, and etc. And like for Xenoblade, I did a couple little side quests and such. Oh my god, are you like Googlina's friend? I'm Google Elizabeth, and you're totally my new besties. Very nice. But yeah, I got a good amount of reading done. Also, you know, gaming on the Switch, etc. Drake Snout Range. And one night, oops. Well, I mean, sure. The only like annoying thing though, okay, so like I just did a lot of nice things about hanging out with people in person and like talking, and how I almost like wish is like, oh man, working from home is great, but it is really nice to work with people in an office and actually like have those sessions with people and like talk through stuff with them like in an easy, organic way. And that's all true. We could take Snow. She's cute. Isaac, are we best friends? No, not yet. Monica and I are best friends though, right? Yeah, okay. And, sorry, I'll finish my thought in a hot second. Okay. And I really do like that, but also like, because like the purpose of an onsite is basically to yap with people, right? That's essentially what you do most of the time, right? And so because of that, as far as like getting certain things that need to get done, like it was also the week of mid-year feedback being due to people for 360 feedback, where you get requested, like people are like, I need feedback, and so they request people who they work with and say like, hey, can you give me feedback and answer the questions? And all that was due at the end of the week. And that's something that like I take pretty seriously. Like I don't just write like so and so is great, I love them, I wish I could work more with them, and that kind of thing. Like I don't really give cop-out answers, I guess, unless I don't have anything else to say. And what I do is I take notes every day, and I take a lot of notes. And so then I just take my notes, and then I do a quick grep across them, like search them and pull out like every single sentence that has whoever I'm giving feedback to's name, and I compile all of that, and then I like take each of those bullet points and then condense them down into like whether it's a positive thing or a like a constructive thing or that kind of stuff. And then I just kind of like organize that and then figure out like the themes of that, and like try to figure out like what to actually like tell people, like, hey, like you're really good at this and this because I see this a lot in my notes, and this and this and this, and like you could be better at this because like I wrote that you were really really frustrating me when you did X, Y, and Z. So like I do that, and it takes time, and this is one of those things where like you can use AI tools to like theoretically go faster, but like I can't just take all my notes, because it's like there's like hundreds of pages of notes basically. If I feed that to an AI and I tell it to give me like a summary and like kind of answer questions for me about like so-and-so person and such, it will hallucinate the shit out of that. Like, and more often than not, hallucinate the exact opposite of what I actually wrote. And so, like I said, I pull out all the sentences that have to do with someone, and then I kind of summarize it and that kind of thing. And then against that list that's been like bulleted into specific things and like feelings and tones and that kind of stuff, I might run AI against that, and then like take the output of that and then like gut check it and make sure that it lines up with what I actually wrote and such, and then go from there, because it is good at like pulling up a pattern of something. It is good at that. So, but it's not like, it maybe saves me like 10 to 15 minutes of work out of like an hour and a half or so per person, probably is more or less how long it takes me to do this type of thing. Because like I said, I have a lot of notes. I want to do a good job. I don't want to give people like flaky feedback. So yeah, like, okay, so for example, let me give you an example of some flaky feedback, I guess, because I get to see what people write, because I have people who report to me. So like any 360 feedback that comes to them, I get to look at, because that's part of my job. when I write my review for that person, I take the input from everyone else. And like, I was taking a peek earlier today at someone's feedback, and I noticed that basically like everyone had kind of written the same constructive criticism bit for them, but it wasn't really like a constructive, like, it's like basically like every single one of them was just like, hey, like so and so should, like, they have a lot of really good stuff to say. I really like hearing them talk, because when they talk I feel like I'm learning something. And so their feedback was, I want them to talk more, essentially, which is good feedback, right? Like, it is good to be like, hey, like, communicate more, speak up, like your voice is appreciated, etc., right? Like, that is good, but also like that's the only thing that people are saying. Like, there's nothing else. Like, there's so many things. And so I know that I'm gonna look through my notes and like find stuff to give as like active feedback to give to that person for them to work on stuff, in addition to like summarizing and telling them that like, hey, like, people really like you, you should speak up more, right? You've only used AI to improve some PPA codes and stuff. Oh yeah, it's good at that. It is good at that. Like, you're like, hey, I need a quick formula to do X, and then it like spits out something that's pretty close, and you're like, oh sweet, and then you go from there. It is handy for that. But yeah, like, they're good at summarizing text, and so if you give it a bunch of bullet points about something, and then say like, hey, give me a couple like overall themes, like give me an outline of this, or organize this for me real quick. And so then you can like look at it more easily to say, ah, yes, if I group it like this, I see now that these are the 3 things that I should call out as like what this person should probably work on based on my notes. Now you can do that yourself, but it would just take you like another 10, 15 minutes to like organize your thought. And the problem, of course, is that, like I said, this is like a really time-intensive activity for me, because it's not just like pull out, condense, pull out, condense, pull out, condense as far as like what I do with my notes and there. It's also just like actively thinking about the person and filling in the gaps in my notes as well. So like, that's not really something that an AI can do. So yeah, like I said, I take feedback fairly seriously. So all right, I feel pretty good about the adventure that we've had across this so far. I know that for sure there's a bunch of leafy lads and such for us to get, and there's probably even a shrine or two. Yeah, we have no shrine too. Ooh, cold water tuna. But I wanna advance the story. I want to unlock new things. So let's go run around and collect the Celestia flowers, and probably farm our crops, because I'm sure that those are done as well. And then we'll go from there. But yeah, so to get that done while I'm doing it on-site and whatnot, I don't have the mental capacity during the day to do that. So I can't remember if it was the first night or the second night, but I, like, after getting back home, I think it was the second night. After getting back home, I, there we go. Ooh, this one's sparkly. That means it's going to become a boss. After getting back home, rather than going to bed or like gaming or that kind of thing, I spent 3 hours on my computer putting together this stuff. Offer you the other help. I'm trying to help. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, it is. I feel like AI, in general, AI works best if you have an idea of what you want it to do and you get it to do it for you. Like, if you already know, like, even roughly what you want to do, excuse me, then it can help out, you know? Like, I feel like just giving it carte blanche, like, here's an empty field, fill it with something for me, just gets you garbage and nonsense and such. Or like, if you don't know enough about what you're working on to like direct the thing towards the right direction and push it and poke it and prod it into where it's supposed to go, you don't get good results. Because like, how would you, you know? Like, the thing is just like a gigantic like application of stats, right? Like, it's just, hey, what's like the statistically most likely next word given this context of what we're doing? And let me spit that out for you. Is essentially what they do when you boil it down all the way. And so, like, if you can't provide that context to it, then it's not going to work. So, all right, okay, wait. Before you go, though, I have a new building to show you. Behold, the art gallery is complete. I have no idea what's in here. Visitors who can buy your art. Ran by Artie. Nice. Artemis the... Oh, okay. Alright, anyway. have a good night, Integer 3. Hope you sleep well. Like a piece of art, you have to feel who I am to understand me. Right. Okay. I have a surfboard. A pile of treasure is Hardy. Okay. So I can just put anything on here? This seems so strange. I would have thought that they would have limited me to like actual art pieces. Alright, well, we'll see what happens. Most importantly, we now have another guild quest done. It's very, like Russian-ish, you know? I forget the type of the buildings. It's kind of like the buildings in Aladdin, but that's a tent. Oh yeah, that too. I was thinking, like, it reminds me of Russia. I forget the names of those types of buildings, but like, think Tetris, right? Like, the background in Tetris is very much like a lot of spirally, knobby bits like that. But yeah, I queued up that building because I figured that we're going to do it eventually, and it needed like a little bit of terraforming and that kind of thing to find a spot for it, so I figured that was something good to do on my own time. I'm really hoping that when we advance the story in like 5 minutes that we get the ability to like fill water, you know? Or put water into the water, because that would make it so much easier. Because I really wanted to put the gallery I wanted to put the gallery over in this region with everyone else, but there just wasn't space for it. Like, even if I were to like remove a bunch of land and other things, I don't think it would have really worked. So. Let's do this. We're gonna go defeat the Guardian right after we get the bat back. There's a word for this house of buildings, I'm blanking on it. That voice was really familiar. That's beautiful. I love him. Kind of reminds me of what's the name of the clown? What's the name of the clown guy from ReZero? He Roswald. He's channeling that Roswald energy, I think. Like pirouettes? No, I mean that's what those things are, right? But that's not the style of it. Pirouettes. Can't remember the name of it. Russian building style Tetris. No, that doesn't. Searching for Tetris gets you like blocks, which is not what I'm talking about. Also, I don't know, should we do this as a magician or should we do this as a paladin maybe? Do this paladin. All right, Edward. I'm ready. Don't forget to bring the greatsword. Do we actually have to equip them? No, there's no great sort of time. Yeah. There. All right, now we're good. We're probably gonna fall over like dominoes. Sorry, it's all funny. A funny picture. Wait, I don't get to fight him? Oh, Carla's back. Hi, Carla. For his sake. Oh, wait. Is Carla the... Hold on. Hold the phone. Is it this one? Oh wait, no, I saved the video itself, but I've deleted it since. Anyway, is Carla the one human friend that he made? Excuse me. Good news is I knocked him over. Bad news is he's fucking level 50. Dude, maybe I should have been the magician, because then I could have healed people. We got this, though. I believe. Yeah. Mm-hmm. At least Edward didn't get trapped this time. Thanks, Glenn. Oh, the dragon. Oh, Edward. Oh, he was our 30th changeling, technically. Cool. Okay, so there's a ton of stuff here, which makes me very happy, because that means there's a bunch of stuff for us to defeat. They give you a pretty quick and simple path, it looks like. Though also, Edward's probably gonna get stuck again, I bet. I was hoping we'd get an upgrade for Haggrim from this, though. Ancient beetle brawler. I'm really hoping that we're just gonna find the... Wow, that missed. Whoa, look at this. A dragon's called level 58. Okay, hold on. That's probably enough, right? Been a while since we actually just used Y instead of tapping it. Oh, found it. I can't actually tell if the Ore Buster really does that much more. That feels like I'm not gonna have enough though. But... Oh fuck, he just moved the sweet spot. Oh, we found it. Oh, we're close. I think. Come on. I really wish that they let you use a potion while you were doing stuff right. Oh, cool. There we go. We just went up 2 levels. Pretty sure. Ancient Emerald. Name Ruby. Ooh, Crystal Pickaxe. Got a lot of good stuff, it seems like. Got a lot of good things on sale, stranger. It's impressive how quickly Snow and Brave leveled up. Like, holy crap. Well, hi, Edward. What you doing? Spiders aren't too bad to fight as the paladin, actually, because they are very much telegraphed. So, ooh, a darkwood tree. All right, it's exactly my level, so. Oh, one other thing about this weekend. So, besides, I almost forgot about it now. But besides like all the work stuff and just kind of trying to recover from that, I did play a game over the weekend. There's a ROM hack for Ocarina of Time called The Missing Link, and it was a pretty fun ROM hack. The boss was pretty cool. Like, they made a whole new enemy. Like, they made a whole new enemy for the final boss, and it was pretty awesome. The music was great. If you look up on YouTube, the Missing Link Deep Woods soundtrack, or OST, like however you want to refer to it as, you'll find it. It's really, really good. And it was fun. Like, it wasn't outrageously difficult, I don't think. Like, it wasn't like Kaizo ROM hack stuff. But the puzzle was interesting. They made an entirely new item that lets you like travel Link back in time for a few seconds, which was pretty cool. Though, like, it was a bit janky to use, but like it was a neat concept, and it made some cool puzzles. So it was fun. I thought about streaming it. Honestly, like when I was playing it, I was like, oh, maybe I should be streaming this right now. And then I did not, because I just wanted to go at my own pace and relax, and like not feel like I have an audience for it. Just because, like, you know, I did eat dinner at one point. So it's like, I left the emulator open on whatchamacallit, on like the final boss like area where you're about to jump down to, and I don't know, it's just kind of funny. Like for like an hour while I did other things, and that's not really something that I could do off of you know, other places. So yeah, what does this need? 500? Got it. I like the idea is that you're supposed to use your buddies to do this type of stuff. But then it's just like, no, I just got crafting buddies, so I just made myself super strong. And now I clear all the obstacles myself. Hello. Energy powder. Very good. It's the fancy thing. It's another fancy thing. That's a darkwood tree. And darkwood lumber. I think. Is this just a regular tree? That's a great one. Level 55. Well, that one's level 58. I think we can do it, but I'll do this tree on my way out. Just because, like, I wanna have my full stamina for this, I think. Some stuff here. Whoa, look at this thing. This thing is a chubster. Look at him. Oh, we found it. Alright, ready? This thing has a lot of health. A lot of health. But we can do it. Kind of expecting it to move its weak spot soon. Get in there. It's probably just like on the opposite side. Maybe. Yep. Predictable. Giant tree nuts. I did level up though. Ultima Alchemy. No. I like that. I know it's just a game, but I like that the most like ancient of trees grows back in 5 minutes. Bonk. But yeah, so I played Missing Link. It was a really fun ROM hack, and I'd recommend it if you're an Ocarina of Time fan. It was pretty good. Definitely worth playing, I think. We just got to make sure that you remember that rolling into a jump makes you jump farther. Because I feel like if you don't remember that, you're probably in for a bad time in some of the puzzle areas. Good. So yeah, I beat that ROM hack last night. And also, sorry, just gonna be my eye, my eyelash got into it. And I did pick up a new game. I picked up a game off the Steam sale, but I haven't started it yet. I picked up Steins Gate Zero. So I'm looking forward to that because I've seen the anime adaptation of it, which I think I will enjoy. The game, I mean. But I know that it's gonna suck me into it. And so I didn't want to start playing it last night because I wanted to go to bed last night, basically. Like, I wanted to try to go to bed early to try to correct my sleep schedule a bit. Which, like, kind of I did. I fell asleep for like an hour. And then woke up again at like midnight. So, didn't really work. They're fishing? A crystalline base. Oh, I can't tell him to do it for me. I guess what we'll do, we'll beat up some of these, and then we'll level up, and then we'll use the experience gained from that to get the fish. Yeah, they give decent experience. It moves the bar over, so. But yeah, the other thing that I did though is that I also finished a blog post, and I had a pretty good laugh at it. So most of the time, when I start a new blog post, I actually start like a week in advance of like when I post it. Like, it's either between like 3 days old, or like a week old, or 2 weeks old. That's been like the ages of blog posts recently. And typically, like, I put the URL into the path. Or sorry, I put the date into the path. Sorry, is what I meant to say. And so like I almost always end up having to change. Excuse me, I had to sneeze. I pretty much always end up having to change that date because I don't typically guess correctly. But this one I did, which is kind of nice. And so like last Sunday, I think it was. Sunday or Saturday? It might have been Saturday actually. Last Saturday when I started up like the beginnings of the post, everything I was working on, I dated it for yesterday because I was like, well, I'll get back and hopefully I'll get it done by that Sunday night and then I'll post it. So we'll guess. And I actually did. The blog post went out yesterday, so I didn't have to actually change the date in the name of the file or anything. It's great. I could probably just use the potions, you know? Cool. But yeah, it was fun though. It was a fairly straightforward blog post. The only the only like confusing nonsense bit with it was trying to understand how like the syntax stuff works in Sublime Text, which like I get it conceptually that it's using regular expressions and defining like a cascade of more specific regular expressions to decide on like whether it applies and like scopes something to be a specific syntax. But it's a pain in the butt to like try to extend it, because like it has this concept of extending inheritance for the syntax rules, and I thought that I could use that to add in a new scope to make something that I was working on easier, but then it turned out to not be the case, and it was kind of a bummer. So I wrote it a different way, and it worked out just fine. But part of me is like a little bit sad that it didn't work out to like actually use the syntax stuff. But you know, it is what it is. Thinking this should level me up. We're so close. Somewhere. Okay. I'm not going to use my special because I want to use it on the fish. One more. There we go. 56. Alright, let's do this. Oh god, we're not going to be able to do this. It's level 58, I'm only level 51. Pretty sure there's no way in hell we're going to manage to do this. Even with Isaac with us. Alright, so that does good. How about this? Rod. Okay, actually, if Isaac can prevent like the thing from going too low, we found it right away. Pull him up high and dry. Wow. Okay, we just got a level 59 as a level 51. It's nuts. Even more nuts that it only filled half of our experience bar. He had 8 levels on us. Come on. What's that? Well, I guess I'll beat up this tree. But yeah, it's good though. I am looking forward. I had a couple good ideas while I was in Iowa on a potential next little project to work on. And I had I think I had an actual good idea for a game. Like a variation on one of the ones that I've done before, but one that I think I kind of want to make into an actual little puzzle game. And maybe even potentially maybe put it out there, you know? So we'll see. We'll see if that turns into a reality or not. Uber rich milk. I don't know about that. Is buffalo milk good? Is that a thing? I should find out. What does my divine shield actually do? Temporarily boost defense. Okay. What else boosts defense? This is stat boosts. Panels. Ooh, Dosh. But yeah, so I'll get started on that, I think. The tricky bits is deciding which thing I want to do next. 680 for a miner. Damn. So we need to make better equipment, like ever so slightly, to get that, but not too far off. I wonder, are there any items that like boost that kind of thing? And if you do, does it actually apply to it, you know? Plus 20 crafting for 2 attempts. So that's not quite the same, but that's kind of close. Combat power, gathering power. Is it a gathering power? Also, I kind of assume that this doesn't apply to this kind of thing. But let me eat this, because we'll find out. Does it work? No. Okay, so it's raw stats, which makes sense. I get that. So okay, so instead there's this to that, which is maybe Carla. And instead I could go down this way to fight off some things, which could be a good time. So we'll head south after we get through here. But I do kind of want to just, like, you know... I don't have a high and dry ready to go. So that's probably going to be a bit of a problem, I would think. But Isaac will help. Maybe. I do have a Hydra. Alright. We're gonna do big X pulls. Fuck. Found it. Fuck. We're close, but not close enough. We have 24 points to spend too. Is there anything that could help us? Well, actually, charge time reduction could be potentially worth it. Special skill damage, maybe. Grant a big boost to fishing. Rod pull. I mean, rod pull is the one that I'm using, right? Versus your regular charge attack. That's a big boost. All right, we're gonna put in all our chips on that one. All right, well, I'm counting on that quote unquote big boost to fishing to be hopefully as good as or, you know, on balance, as good as the charge up time thing here. Let's try this again. There's one. Rock Eve. Oh, this is Rock Hole. Okay, so this gives the big boost to fishing. He's about to change though. Fuck. I was spamming L and X, but it didn't take. Counts as fishing, right? The boost that I'm getting right now? There it is. So we'll do the charge attack to get the big boost to fishing. And then we'll start doing raw heats to do lots of damage. He's gonna swamp. And not being able to find the sweet spot the second time really blows. Like, it has less to do with how much SP we have and more to do with how quickly we can find that, because it goes down so quickly. Like see this nonsense right here? Like, I can try to pull it back up. But I don't find it quickly again, which we just had it for a second and like got off wrong again. We can do this though. We did it once, I want to do it again. There's that. Heaves for the big damage. They'll probably change after this one. But we'll just do this instead. Isaac, did you really just steal that from me? Alright, well, anyway. We got what we wanted. Question. Oh, there's a big. Oh, we're probably not going to go. I don't know if we would get past that. I feel like my farming skill is fairly low. Evil carp. I'm sure that those are going to be a thing for us later for questing. A raid message. Hello, Prodsy Pod. How's it going? Lovely raid message. Happy whoops. Happy Monday. How was your stream? And hello and welcome in Raiders. I am the pizza eater. I eat pizza. It's tasty, and I play games. And I'm not a good enough farmer to get past this giant onion, which is sad because we've come so far and got. Wait, hold on. That's not how the lyrics go. But hello, welcome. Come right in. This is Fantasy Life I. If you've never played it before, it's a really fun game, and you adventure, and you make a silly character, and you can be anything you want to be. It's like what your parents maybe told you growing up, except real. Like, look at my beautiful. Wait, this one. Look at my character's beautiful face. Are you not entertained? Sorry. But yeah, it's a really good game. I have 68 hours in it right now, which is a fair amount overall, and it's a lot of fun. It's multiplayer if that's kind of your thing, but it's also perfectly good for you if you have no buddies. And you collect villagers, basically, like Animal Crossing, kind of, except they're actually useful. And they help you clear off debris, like we just did. And then you fight a security hagram. Oh boy. But yeah, I was just talking about, what was I talking about? About blogging? I might have been talking about blogging a little bit. Oh no, I was talking about Steins Gate because I picked up Steins Gate 0. I'm looking forward to it. Thanks for speaking Japanese. Yes, you can choose the language. Though you do have to go back to the title screen when you change it. Pretty sure. But yes, you can have it in English or Japanese or something else. And they just say like stock phrases, basically. Like they don't actually. The voice acting is this like not. I have to hold on. They say one thing and say it repeatedly. But it's fine. It's charming even. Ancient robot parts. But yeah, if you've ever played Final Fantasy 14 and you liked it, there's a good chance I think that you would like this game because the gameplay loop of crafting to make a better item, to gather better, to get better equipment or get better crafting material to then craft the better thing is very much preserved in this game in a really, really like nice fashion. Also, if you like WarriorWare, like mini games, because the crafting mini games are in fact mini games, and gathering basically boils down to combat and using various skills, which also is like Final Fantasy 14 now that I think about it. But they're good. They're a lot of fun. Also, I'm realizing that okay, there we go. That I didn't have one of my little bot things running just in case. But yeah, so like there's a fairly expansive skill tree set for all 14 of your potential lives, of which include 5 combat classes, which includes using a literal stick to beat people up for your starter class, and then a number of gathering classes, these ones, and then the crafting classes. And they all level up independently of each other, but they all kind of feed into each other because there's always challenges and quests to do, like water crops in a farm at a cabbage farm a certain number of times, and that's how you gain ranks and gain levels in that way, which is good. And you get to craft like cool items, and there's rank like rarity things and everything. You can also do fashion wear if that's your style. Like, no need to fashion souls it and be sad about like the fact that something looks silly, but you have to wear it because of stats. You can look silly, like you could be a sous chef blacksmith if you wanted to be. And there's definitely clothes that you can make just for the sake of having amusing clothes. You don't actually get like better stats for it, and they sell the recipes because they know that you want to play dress up. Well, at least that's my ongoing assumption anyway. So yeah, ton of good stuff. Sweet, do this one. And there's like a little roguelike dungeon-y thing that you can go down and play multiplayer with to get further back in time in a certain place, and it's pretty optional. There's villager stuff like Animal Crossing where you're farming, terraforming the island, choosing where the villagers will live, talking to them, doing little quests for them, all that nice stuff. There's no Tom Nook to like put you in debt and take all your money, but you can pay to expand your house to make it bigger. You want to fight this level 60 or that level 60? I guess I'll go straight down first to see if we can. And there's a really, really big overworld too. There's a lot of stuff in this game, but it introduces it in a way that isn't like awful and doesn't particularly feel overwhelming, I think, so far. And all the classes are pretty fun to play. Like basically mage and archer are they're both range classes. And then you have the two melee classes. And then I guess you have brand new where you use a stick to beat people up, and that's also a melee class, but with Flame Serpent. But it's a very satisfying game to play. Like the game loop is really, really tight. And the music is very strange and bizarre. Like this battle music is perfectly fine, but like the normal battle music, I can only describe it as funicular. Like it's just like clown music. But it's fun, and I imagine that this would be a lot of fun to play with your friends as well. Let me guess, I can't get past this. Yeah, we need 600. Dang. Okay, so I won't get to find out what level 60 this is, but potentially we can get past that debris, maybe, if it's in one of the classes that I have a lot more points in. Alpha Coyote, alright. So, yeah, it's good. It's good and fun. And the story is pretty good so far. I feel like I'm not that far in the story, but I guess I kind of am. I'm in chapter 6. I have no idea how many chapters there are. But it doesn't really feel like I've gotten too far because I keep getting distracted by all the things that one can do in the game. And so you do a whole bunch of stuff in the game. and then realize that you still need to keep going and doing story stuff. It's one of those games where like the game is the side quest, I feel, and the story is the thing that you'll get around to eventually. Not quite as bad as Breath of the Wild or Zelda or GTA or any of those more open things, but still. Besides playing this today, though, I finished off a couple a couple animes that were airing this season. So, the second season of Ahiron was good. It ended in a way that makes me think that they're not going to make another season because they had the main couple get married, and so they kind of wrapped it all up. I think it's like, all right, cool. They totally could make another season if they wanted to do like Raido and Ahiron at college, I think, but I doubt that they're gonna do that. So I think it's gonna be a like go read the manga situation because I think the manga's finished. But it was really good. I liked it, though. It did feel a little bit scattered and kind of all over the place in the last episode, and I couldn't tell if like the grandpa and the marriage and like the time skip and everything was actually real, or if it was Raido like just making stuff up again, as he does for many different things. I mean, like the cold open was Raido as a property inspector with like insane JoJo powers, so it's hard to take it seriously, but it was good and it was very touching and lovely. The second season was good. I like the characters that they introduced, and they ended it on a nice note. So overall, it was good. The same cannot be said about Gundam G Sucks, or G Quux, if you're actually saying the proper name of it. But like that one was just a clusterfuck. People should not let anyone who has worked on Evangelion anywhere close to the Gundam series ever again, or they shouldn't have done it in the first place, is what my opinion is, because the influence, I suppose, is very, very obvious there. Like one of the shots in today's episode looked really similar to part of the opening for Evangelion, where like Unit 1 spits out Shinji, like, and it like Gundam's roaring. Like, what? Stop that! You stop right now. They're mechs. They're not biomechanical mechs like in Evangelion, damn it. And just like, it was a whole lot of stuff and a whole lot of whatever. Like at the end of it, it's like, okay, cool. Thanks for that, I guess. There were like a couple parts that were good, but like good being a relative term in the sense of like, in the way that you see something that you like because you're like, I recognize that thing. Cool. I'm glad they did that. Like there wasn't really anything else. So also thank you for the follow, Azrael. Also nice to see you in Twitch world as opposed to just in IRC world. All right, what? Ooh, we have a dragon, I think. Should I do this as a paladin? Or should I do this? I kind of feel like, I don't know. Paladin's pretty good because he has a shield. Wait, is that a dog? Alright, hold on. This, I think, heals everyone? Nope! That was a waste. Does this heal everyone? Wow, okay. Alright. I'll be smart. Consumables. Filter? There's no way to filter it down to, like, its effect. It's unfortunate. Which one of these heals my whole party? Here we go. For your buddies. Register the bag. Started watching anime again. Yeah? What have you been watching? This is a subject that interests me greatly because I watch a lot of anime and I'm a fan. So, Gundam Quux. Okay, that's what I was just talking about. Have you finished it? Because if you haven't finished it, then I'll stop talking about it, because I was literally just talking about its final episode that aired. You just started. Okay. Have you watched the original Gundam? Because if you have, I imagine you will probably enjoy the some of the aspects of it. Not really? Okay. I'm curious how it will be for you. Because I feel like G-Quux is like, it's got a lot of stuff going on, but I feel like it doesn't do it as well as some of the older bits. Like, I recently rewatched the original Gundam, and so I'm like biased towards like that one being pretty good and enjoyable, and like having really good character development over the course of 44 episodes. And so G-Quux is everything compressed into only 12 is noticeable, I think, to me. So we'll see. But if you want to see some mechs beat each other up, then you're probably in the right place, I think. Yeah. Oh, and I finished the spin-off for My Hero Academia, the Vigilantes one. That one was good. That one I look forward to every week, and typically watched it like the day up. Oh, shoot, what did I miss? So, it's good. I really like the flashbacks in G-Quux towards like the altered events that occur that like basically like G-Quux is telling you like a bit of an alternate timeline for some things, and I liked the flashbacks to like things that were in the original Gundam and like how they differed, and like these like flashpoints where things change, and that was good. Like those were probably my favorite parts, was like the flashbacks and stuff. And apparently G-Quux, they aired like all of the flashbacks as like one big like opening thing in Japan. Like they basically aired the first like 3 or so episodes that way. But I didn't watch Gundam Zeta, and I feel like I need to now, because stuff that was referencing Gundam Zeta and to some extent Char's counterattack as well, I feel like it would have potentially been helpful to me to know. But either way, like the show itself was, if you just want to see mechs do their mechan thing, it's good. I really wish that they spent time on some other characters and more on certain characters, but they cover a lot of ground, I guess, in G-Quux. Across like a vast number of things that Gundam normally touches on, and I feel like they maybe didn't spend as much time as they should have on some of those things. So that's where like a little bit of hesitance from me comes from. But I am hoping to not deter you though from enjoying it, if you are enjoying it so far. So, but after you finish it, you can let me know, and I'll tell you. Oh God. Oh, he's just sleeping here, huh? Dark dragon at the bottom of the depths. Oh, he is guarding the cog of time. All right, what do you want to do? Hi, Carla. How you doing? Cursed weapon. Uh-oh. Where are you going? Where are you going? I really hope I don't get locked into something doing this. Good music though. I love Edward always looks a little bit happy about things. Like he's just happy to be there. Oh, it's the Hanging Guardians of Babylon from Fate. Oop, a feather? What? Oh wait, is that the crow's feather maybe? A cog looming in the Reverian sky. The very scene we saw after that projection device was repaired. It could be sent to any motion now. So do side quests? Oh, hi, Skeleton. Wait, is he shaking his head? Oh, Rem. The last mech anime you watched was probably Evangelion. Okay. So that was a little while ago, maybe? There have been some good ones since, if I can think of them. I remember Knights and Magic was a pretty fun one that was kind of slept on, I think. She has to tell us the real story. Crack the cog, free our future. You got it, dude. Okay, Edward. Cool. You watch that dragon. And there's that. Alright, hold on though. Clearly we need to do something about this, but more importantly, we're only 20 stat points away from busting open part of the depths. And so I kind of want to go find out. Can I craft some good stuff as a blacksmith and potentially make our mining and our wood and our farming better? The sprouts have grown. Time to harvest. You got it, dude. Okay, so this is the Animal Crossing part of the game. As you can see, we have nice villagers wandering around, doing their thing. Hagram wants our attention. He's our cool robot friend. Oh, right, because we got a robot part in the depths. Okay, he powered up. What can he do? Yes! Water areas. Hell yeah. That's exciting. That is very exciting. So that means we can terraform as we please. And I can finally get rid of this stupid pool of water right here. It's been a bane of my existence as far as placing houses and stuff goes. Whoa, look at... Ooh. The giant mandrake. Alright. Bring it on, you. So anyway, this is what farming looks like. Yeah, this is farming. You plant crops, and then if you plant them in the right way and you get lucky, then they'll grow into boss monsters that you can then farm. It's fun. It's a good time. And if you hit these little points here, then it like raises the meter up and increases the quality of the thing that you're working on getting. I just like the fact that you fight giant vegetables. That amuses me. So you don't always fight them though, because you can also just get regular crops like this if nothing special happens. But yeah, I'm trying to think of mecha animes that are good. Because, like, I feel like the best mecha animes, or like the best space opera type things, like, doesn't even necessarily have to have a mech in it, but just like space stuff or like giant machinery and that kind of thing. I feel like they're good when they have a like heavy focus on like the world building and like political aspect of whatever their world is. And then like the mechs are the awesome scene piece to like connect the dots between things. Like I like that more so than if it's just like flashy mech for flashy mech's sake, I guess. And like some of them get kind of weird. Like Darling in the Franxx was another Evangelion clone and got pretty weird near the end in maybe not the most ideal way, I think. Heavy Object was a good mecha, actually. Heavy Object was actually really cool because rather than like your typical mech, like whether it's Evangelion, Gundam, or Big O, maybe a couple other ones, like you normally have like humanoid mechs doing their thing, and Heavy Object didn't do that. Like I feel like it was more realistic-ish in that way, where like one of the mechs was a giant ball with treads, because that way it could like fight in 360 directions and like not run into problems and like have to walk up stuff and everything. Like I don't know, it was cool. There was a lot of neat stuff in there though. I admit that I don't particularly remember the plot of Heavy Object very much, but still. Also Ghost in the Shell's the little crab buddies. I forgot what they're called. They have a cute name though. Alright, hold on. So, pickaxes. So I need platinum. And I can't make platinum because I don't have enough platinum ore. Which is kind of surprising to me. But okay. So I guess that answers the question of if I'm going to be able to make a better pickaxe right now. Legendary Dawn Horn. I wonder if any of the legendary things I have enough stuff for. Because we have been getting good stuff. Like we have the Darkwood logs now. Go back and watch the crazy 80s space opera animes like earlier. Heck yeah. If you like, hold on. This one isn't an 80s anime, but it feels like an 80s anime. Oh wait, no, it is actually. Sorry. Hold on, wait. Let me make sure. It says 1988 to 1967, but I don't think this is... Oh, no, it is it. Okay, sorry. So this is an 80s one. Legend of the Galactic Heroes is really good. This is phenomenal. They recently did remake this, though. The new Thesis is the new one that they've been making. And that one's not bad, but it's also not completed. Well, this one is full. There's 100 and... This is 110. Pretty sure there's only actually 108. But you can find it on YouTube, honestly. If you search for it. You can find tons of clips, but you can also just find the entire series in like a YouTube playlist, last I checked. And it's very good. They use classical music for all the space battles, which I really like. Like, it fits it so well. Legendary Divine Hog. Okay. Sorry, Dawn Horn, not Hog. Ooh, Captain Shield. If I had a thick shell. We need whatever... I don't know how you get Dawn Horns, but we need to find whatever does that and just beat the crap out of it repeatedly. That's what's required, I think. Alright, I'm gonna make this. Oh, whoa. Can I make this? HP skills are to receive. Oh, we can actually. Alright, but yeah, Legend of Galactic Heroes is one of my favorites. Not just because the anime is really good. There's also a bunch of movie spin-offs and such. Like it's a 108 long episode OVA essentially, and then there's movies. There are like some recap movies, but also more so side movies on like things going on. And it's based off of a series of light novels. There's like 10 light novels, which are all very easily readable, and have English translations as well. If you don't want to go hunt and learn how to read Japanese and everything else. So, whoops, no. So it's good. It's very good. The chief theme that is explored in it across stuff is basically the question of, is the worst democracy better than the best whatchamacallit? Dictatorship. That's kind of the core theme of it. And it's really, really good. Does a good job with it, has good characters, is not afraid of killing off its characters, by the way. Like, if they should die, they will die. So it's good. It doesn't necessarily like hold every character sacred or that kind of thing. So I think that's a good thing for something with space battles and the horrors of war and everything else kind of going on. So it's really good. And like, yeah, the classical music during the space combat, and the space combat is like actually what space combat probably would be. Not so much like what you see in lots of sci-fi things. Like it's like not even World War One. It's like Revolutionary War combat, like 1800s combat, where like you would have lines of people in a row firing guns at each other, right? Like that's the kind of combat, because in space you don't want to miss and accidentally hit one of your own, right? And so formations are a really, really important thing. Like gentlemen, exactly. A civilized age, as it were. And like it makes sense, but also because of that, like tacticians and the people who do their thing like are very important, and like being able to respond appropriately to like whatever formation is like starting to form on your enemy's line is just as important as like having a counter to it and everything. It's like the principal two characters, one on each side of this question being asked by the series, are both really, really good tacticians and really good at what they do. And it's really, really good. Like, I don't want to spoil anything, but it's really, really good. So, would recommend. I remember the first person that I showed it to, who like wasn't even necessarily a huge fan of anime. I was visiting him in Michigan because he was going to school there at the time. And so like we'd go out in the day, do whatever, like hang out, do stuff, yada yada, and then come back at night, cut some firewood, like have a beer, make some food, hang out by the campfire bit, and then like pop open the laptop and watch like 10 episodes of this show in a row because it's just really, really good. So it's a good show. I would recommend it, especially if you like space operas and that type of thing. Water Claymore, Gold Claymore. Sylphide. Does it have wind damage? No. I really need platinum. That's what I'm learning. That I really, really need to go farm some platinum. But yeah, so this is a most of the crafting games are like this. Or, well, actually, like, all of them are. Like, all of them are 3 things, go back and forth, do either taps or holds, and you, as you level up, you get skills, and then can, like, do more things at once. And your rating of the item, and if, like, you get a good score on, like, yes, good quality or garbage quality, is based on how quickly you do it. And so having these skills that does them automatically like this is critical for such things. But yeah, it's good. I like anime a lot, in case it wasn't obvious. And I watch a lot of anime. So typically on... actually, I need to do this soon, because the current season is wrapping up, and so the new season is starting. And so I need to go to Analyst and browse what's coming down the pipe for the next season and choose what I'm going to watch. Because I do that on stream sometimes, because it's kind of a fun thing. Though those VODs get claimed to hell, like as you would expect if you're looking at anything from Aniplex or anywhere else on YouTube, that just gets massively claimed. Ooh, I forgot we have Cherry now. Hey Cherry, would you like a better saw so you can help us do this better? 286 it is. But yeah, like, depending on what quality of shows are going on in the season, I will typically be watching somewhere between like 5 to 20 shows on a given season. It really depends on what is actually good and what is airing, as well as if like one of my friends is going to be watching something as well, because then I'll watch it with them. So, but I watch a lot of anime, and I do so, like, my lunch breaks normally is a place where I do such things, because it's like a good way to relax from work and get away from everything for a hot second. So I'll do that for lunch, and then I'll also watch like an episode of anime when I eat dinner or similar. So that's, and that you would be surprised. You can watch 20 different shows at once without too much trouble that way. Though I think it's been a little while since I had a full 20. Like maybe 2 seasons or so. It really depends on like my, what's the word for it? Level of tolerance for garbage. Most of the time, the friend who also enjoys anime, she really likes like isekai slop. So like that time I got reincarnated as a balloon animal at a festival, and I have a cheat skill that lets me pop myself. Like whatever garbage exists, like that stuff. Like she likes that kind of stuff. And so typically what will end up happening is I will pick up one of those shows because she wants to watch it. And it's like, okay, sure, we will watch garbage. And we'll watch that. And maybe depending on what else is going on, if there's a really good show, I'll convince her to watch the good show as well. And then proceed to give her like endless amounts of shit about how bad her show is and how good mine is. Though honestly, I don't even have to do that. She kind of does it herself. It's just silly. But fun. And sometimes they're really fun shows, honestly. Like, there's a reason that the ridiculous recycled isekais sell and like keep getting made, is because like most of the time, if you feel like shutting your brain off, you will enjoy them. Most of the time. So there's still ones that I need to actually watch, but yeah. I mean, I have made no tools, so we don't have any platinum. Do I really not have a gold frying pan at all? What takes platinum? I want to make this one. It's got like an egg shape in it. Alright, we gotta figure out where to go get platinum ore. Because I know that I picked it up in a couple places. We just have to remember where it was. I've also already forgotten what items I just made that I need to like do better with. I know I didn't make enough to go further down in the depths. I know that. Okay, good. The dragon stuff I just made is better than what I had. Same thing for that. Same thing for that. My shield and sword are upgraded. This is good. I imagine I don't have anything new for these. No. Okay. I think we started on Carpenter. Alright, so platinum. Where do we get it from? Oh yeah, and you can decorate your house, by the way. Like I said, Animal Crossing. So like you can expand your house, make it bigger. You can decorate it. There's multiple floors. You can place all the things. It's good. And then if you want, you can use Hagram, and you can customize everything. You can set down roads. You can build up the ground, or you can remove the ground, whatever you choose. And now I'm really excited because we can get rid of this water. Just lovely. Because now I could theoretically put like someone else's house here, which is what I would want. Because I don't know, I like easy things. Like this is the main like little area of the town. I like want to have nice little rows of houses coming off of it because that just makes sense. And instead, like, you know, I just had that crap to deal with. Like, we can put water here. That's fine. No problem there. I'm content with having a nice little backlog of fish to enjoy. That is perfectly acceptable. Just have to figure out how to do this. I guess you can't, like, round the corners. Like you can with the road. Oh no, you can. I just did it. Okay, so it's excavate that will do it. Okay. Alright. I'm not going to spend too much time terraforming. Terraforming is probably an activity best done off screen, I think. Because it's like humming and hawing over, like, maybe I want to put this here. Maybe I put it here. Maybe this. Maybe this. I have not yet decided. Like that. That's maybe more ideal to do elsewhere. Hi, Laura. She needs what? She needs a flame rope, and she'll give me a straw mat. I have a flame robe. The question is, am I using it? The answer is yes. Nami has it equipped. Okay, give me a moment, Laura. This way. Hi, Skilligan. How's Isaac doing, by the way? Are we best friends? Oh, we are best friends. That means you get kicked out of the party. All right. First up, we're gonna take Nami with us real quick because you aren't allowed to wear clothes anymore. Sorry. I gotta give your shit to someone else. I'm sorry. That's just how it is. All right, and Nami's our best friend, so let's bring along Cherry. Because I think having another good carpenter will go a long way for us, for sure. So, thank you. And then, buddy, Laura, hi. Hi. I got you the thing just for you. Wait, what? Items and outfits gonna be given like that one picture of Ryan Reynolds screaming from Blade Runner 2046. Alright, Outfits, huh? Whomst is using it? My magician is. Okay, fine. That's weird though. Like, I feel like when you have made it an item for outfit purposes, you should be able to just have it forever as an outfit. And like not have to do this, but it's fine. Thank you. Appreciate the straw map, Laura. What else you give me? A hearth with fish. Cool. But yeah, something I probably haven't explained is humans getting drained of their life energy become strangelings, which means that they turn into stuff like this, like a furniture. That say things like that, or like a hat. Who wants to be worn? And then you turn them back into real people with the power of the goddess, and she wants flowers. So that's what you do. Alright, we gotta put this mustachioed helmet somewhere. Basically, when you become best friends with people, they give you their old body. It's not weird. I feel like I should put this somewhere. Maybe like here, next to Douglas's stuff, because he's a carpenter type dude. Alright. Anyway, we should go visit Ren though. I do really want platinum as well. Oh, we're one away from max affinity with 20 people. Sweet. Alright, Marco sells stuff to us. And if we had flared cashmere, then we could make him even happier. Actually, he only needs one. Is flared cashmere something that I collect as a raw material, or is it something that I have to acquire and make? Flared cashmere. Oh no, I make it. Let's make it. Let's do this. And we have Klaus now. Alright, Klaus, buddy old pal. 285. Do I have... Wow, I have a lot of needles. 275. 265. 278. I just want to make sure we give him the best thing he can have. Alright, buddy. We're gonna make... yeah, let's make 5 of them. So the nice thing about crafting is that when you get a perfect, it like overcrafts for you. And so you get way more than however many you put in. So it's pretty much always worth it to try to make as many as you can, because you just get exponentially more. Although I haven't really figured out exactly what the ratio is for some stuff. Because sometimes it's 2 times and other times it's like 1.3. Like this. I told it to make 5, we did it perfectly, and we got 13. Alright, anyway though. Hey Marco. You weird plushling. Take this. Starry Night Rug. Alright, let me buy stuff from you. First off, do you have any recipes? We get a glass of tropical juice. Seems good. The beds could be nice. Rugs. The Pleeks could be good. Ooh, a street lamp. Take that. Desert Tower. Ooh, that could be fun. If we put together... That could be a fun thing to, like, build around places in the town. Alright. But he probably sells... Yeah, he does. So he sells platinum ore, which is great. But I'd be more interested in knowing where it's from, and he doesn't actually say that. It's a little frustrating. Hold on, we can figure out a different way, though. If I go to recipes, and then pick anything that requires platinum. Oh, Swollen Island has it at the material shop. And so does Ginormousia. Okay, so Swollen Island is probably where we actually get it from. That would make the most sense. Okay. Now the question becomes, do we go talk to Rem and advance the story, or do we like use this as our pausing point so that we can just like do everything else in the meanwhile and not get locked into anything? I mean, I kind of want to see what she wants to say. But if she tries to lock us into like a boss battle type thing or whatever, I'm probably gonna reset, because ideally before I end the stream, I want to make sure that like I can go off and craft and do things and whatnot, and I'm not locked into like a story segment, because otherwise I don't get to like do fun things on my own. Hello. Okay. She's gonna tell us the truth behind Riveria's future from me and him. Wait, what? Rem is right there. She's also speaking from the cog around Skilligan's neck. This isn't confusing at all. Ooh. Oh, the dragon can speak now. Yep, okay, so he was the little dragon that she had before. Aww. Just like the Dragon King's journey. Who could have guessed that Skelligan was actually Growler all along? Definitely not us like weeks ago. Destroy the cog of time, maybe? Okay. Can't do it. Because something. One day a god of evil named Zernes appears and he uses the cog to reset the world. All of Reveria's history and his people will get erased in the reset. Rem and him tried to destroy the cogs, but their attacks did nothing. So they tried to defeat the god of evil instead, cast him straight into the mouth of the dark dragon. Sought the reset, but Xerxes told us that in 1,000 years he'd be back. Okay. Makes sense. The cog fell down on the capital, and the kingdom of Syria was destroyed. Ah, I see. That's how it got messed up. Right before it fell, Remind made a promise that in 1,000 years we'd destroy the cog together. I had to steal your precious time. Wait, what do you mean? She's okay. She takes 1,000 years from her buddy. Okay. Finding a future, give them our message, and they'll stop from happening. And she turned you into a fossil. Oh, that's what she means by stealing time. Gotcha. Okay. The resetting of the world is a natural phenomenon. Oh, are we doing like Hindu mythology right now? The cog needs 1,000 years to restore its energy levels. Okay. Is there any use trying to use life energy to jumpstart the process? Oh, hence the strangelings. Alright, seaweed girl. Alright, Mia. Work with the professor to come up with a plan to destroy the cog. Good job, King. Okay. All free to stay at the end of the capital. Talk again soon. Rest at the inn. Okay. Our favorite guard, Grunt. There's a lot of side quests available all of a sudden. Hold on, I want to find out, are there invisible walls right now? It doesn't seem like it, which is good. Though there is a little bit of lag, it feels like. Probably because I haven't been in this area for a while. Good job, Chip. Alright, let's not leave it on that cliffhanger. King Renault has already generously paid for your lodgings. Lovely. Can I not be poisoned though? Please? Go and enjoy the evening air. Alright. This feels like we're getting locked in though. Stroll around the capital. Yeah, this is a lock-in. The House of Cats. So like, let's see. Yeah, see this is the kind of shit right here that I don't want to deal with. Where like if I get locked into that, then I can't do anything anymore. And that's not ideal. But we found Rem though. Hi Rem. You mentioned that you stole Skilgan's time. How? The truth is... Are you like half goddess or something? Oh, okay, there we go. The reincarnation of a powerful dragon. The Master Dragon. Yeah? Oh, look! She's like a certain person from a certain game that I don't want to say because I don't want to spoil it for people. That came out in the past couple of years. Long ago when I saw my original form, I would spend days flying over the skies, gazing down the beautiful landscape below. I was tasked with protecting the cog of time. Oh. The world must be reset every 1,000 years to preserve its beauty, and it was my job to oversee it. So she was a dragon of destruction, essentially. She crossed paths with a young girl on an adventure. I was already on a long and perilous journey to bring medicine to her sick mother. And she wanted to see that journey completed. Convinced myself that the world wasn't ready to be reset. Then I care for baby for interfering with course events. I chose to cast the Mora Tempo spell. Stole the Cog of Time and I prevented the reset from happening. And as punishments, she was reincarnated as a human. Doesn't change things though. I'll stop the reset again. Pick the ones I love. I see. She's choosing the short term instead of the long term. She's writing legacy code. If we do that, the future, as you know, may be changed forevermore. Mysterious fate to perish under the cog. Can't change it, but I want to prevent anyone from being sacrificed. Oh, well, why don't they just come with me and hang out in my village? Yeah. Then they can go back and rebuild afterwards. Oh, yeah, see, exactly. Evacuate the citizens to a safer place. So long as our people live on, our kingdom shall not fall. There you go. There we go. She's happy. Give your favorite brother a hug. Reset the world, I would have never met all these wonderful people. Yeah, but also it wouldn't be at risk of being like totally messed up by the bad dude. Just saying. Some bad came with your good. Sir Grunt wanted me to see? Best guy. Come to the castle at once. Mira's here. Alright, quick question. Are they locking me in? They are not. Yeah? Not locked in? I can go over here. Okay. I'm trying to figure out a good time to stop. Because I normally only go for like 2 hours or so. We're past that. But, you know, I'm back from my work trip, and so I haven't streamed in a week. So I wasn't totally opposed to going a little bit longer today. I just don't want to go too long, because it is late. And my sleep schedule is messed up, and I need to fix it. So, I will save here. 69:56. Alright, let's see if this locks us in, and if it doesn't, and just like gives us another, like, you should be going somewhere to fight people, then we'll call it there. Alright. Me and the professor, in one night, figured out a way to destroy the cog. How'd the cog break itself? Okay. Saw a couple of gaps in its machinery. Place an extra cog in there when the cog starts moving, it should get stuck and break itself apart. Oh, that's an interesting idea. The professor wants us to call it the interfere gear. That's a good name for it. Alright, here's the recipe. Wrote it while I was half asleep. Poor thing. Make the gear you need the help of all kinds of lives. I don't know what to do. Oh, lucky for us, we're a master of many. Report to Edward. Okay. Try not to blink because if I close my eyes for even a second, I might pass out. Good God, woman, go to bed. Complete the gear. Cool. That makes sense to me that, like, the thing you need to defeat the evil stuff is going to require you to do a whole bunch of stuff that requires your lives and getting them up to a good point and everything. That's good. I mean, I was going to level up my lives a whole bunch anyway, just because it's fun. So, that's all it works. Also, we could just fast travel to Edward, but I like walking sometimes. Okay, I like this little world that they made. It's very charming and cute. Plus, we pick up random things and get the daily missions done that way too. So it all works out. And then we can go talk to this cat. Hi, Oz. Alright, how am I doing? We're doing alright. We're getting there. Not quite halfway, but pretty close. So yeah, there's all these things in dungeony places and caves and such, and then there's also this ginormous, literally ginormous, yeah, overworld map to explore and rank up and beat things, and you get like little flashbacks to why the evil guy is doing what he's doing when it was like before he became evilish. So there's a whole bunch of good stuff. Really? He's there? I assumed he was going to still be watching the cog. Excuse me. Hi, Edward. Sorry, my sprouts have grown. I have to harvest them. You're going to have to wait a second. And none of them are shiny, so then they'll grow into boss enemies. They need more seeds too, it looks like. I do really like how easily the farming raises your special move. Definitely raises it the fastest. Okay. Do that, put one down. Okay, we're good. Yes, Laura? Kanto goes to your head sometimes. Try being more expressive. Oh, she's gonna teach me an emote. I've learned how to do the supermodel pose. Wonderful. Yet again, feels like a good place to save. Just in case. Hi, Edward. I assume you're just going to tell me to make the cog, right? Use the cog to destroy the cog. Okay. Really the specifics to our comrades. So the story quest Strangelings. That makes sense. Gonna make a gear to stop the cog. Need help from every field of life to do it. Okay. Gather materials. I don't even know what we need. I should have probably looked at it anyway. If I could have. Eternia gear, Eternia log. Jeez, I sense a pattern here. Oh, the goddess is talking to us now. The 14 labs shall come together and take back the light of this world. What about the brand new one? Visit Rem. Okay, so Rem is probably going to tell us where to go for each of the things. I think it's basically what's going on. Need help gather material for the gear. I just let me know. Try to know where to look. Okay, so I assume that each of them is basically going to give us a hint where we would find the thing they need. Like Rem will probably give us some suggestions, perhaps. The root beer gear. That's a good name for it. Operation Interfere Gear. Man, if there's anything that makes me want to like play Steinscape, it's Edward. Okay, cool. I am gonna stop here for the day though, because I think this is a good place to stop. And I will have probably maybe tomorrow I can run around, collect some platinum stuff and everything, and maybe make some better gear. And then we go deeper in the depths, collect things, make better gear, make better weapons, fight more things. You know, do the whole loop. It'll be lovely. And we'll also maybe do some more story too. Who knows? This is the kind of game where I feel like I do a little bit of story each week and a whole lot of side questing. It's a lot of fun. But tomorrow we'll play Xenoblade Chronicles X some more. And this will be it for now. So let me just, let's see here. Should we go forth to someone else, channel-wise? Is there a channel that I should send you all to that you would like to go to? Or should I just like go to Twitch and see who is alive? Let's see. Vine Sauce is live. They're doing stuff. Oh, Uwo's Lab is live. World's brightest light. Supercharging a monitor to make the brightest light mode ever. Yeah, okay. That sounds good. Alright, I'll send you all over there. I watched his YouTube videos. I never actually watched one of his whatchamacallits? The things with the stuff. You know. The thing. Anyway, I'm gonna send you all over there. My ad blocker prevents me from actually watching someone stream in my regular browser that has an ad block, which is really annoying. So I'm just waiting to see that it works and get past the ad. All right, I'll catch you all later.